Gervonta Davis confirms fight with Ryan Garcia at the end of this year? December? Whoa. Last night was a very victorious performance for Ryan Garcia. He had a very dominant display against Javier Fortuna and knocked him out in the 6th round. And when it came to this fight, he not only knocked him out in the 6th round as well, he dropped him 2 times before that. He dropped him one time by a body shot, another time by a headshot, and another time by another headshot, I'm pretty sure. Ryan Garcia is a very devastating puncher. He punches abnormally. It's like a whip. It's like a whip, you know? What a whip is, yeah. He punches just like a whip, and that's crazy. Typical punches have like really firm shots. His shots are very accurate, but they're also very stringy. He looks like he hits unrealistically hard, and he has like crazy joints in his body as a result. Now, people were underestimating his dedication to the sport, the real true belief in him, because of him pulling out against Javier Fortuna before, and also against Joseph Diaz for both mental health reasons and injuries. And that's something I previously made a video on, I'm unsure of his dedication to the sport. And it's still an unknown mystery, even if he had a very good performance. Now, despite what other people may say, saying that he's going to get knocked out still, I think this performance was very good. He utilized the jab far better, he utilized distance, and he was a lot more patient. What else do you want from Ryan Garcia? To suddenly be as sharp as possible? No, he's not going to be suddenly super sharp, but he was very sharp in this fight. Him just more patient with a little extra jabs can be a very dominant force in the division at 140, because he's no longer going down to 135. He said he ain't going down to 135 ever again. So we might never see a Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney fight anytime soon, which is fine as long as we get to see Tank versus Garcia, because Tank versus Garcia would do some numbers. That's something I really believe. Both are coming off knockout wins in the same round. Both knocked the same opponent out in the same round, and both had, well, actually not both for this reason. It wasn't both, because the only one who had a dominant performance was Ryan Garcia. Davis did not have a dominant performance against Rolly Romero. He didn't, but he looked like he was in control the whole fight, kind of, basically, in my opinion. I felt like he looked like he was in control, but he was still losing the earlier rounds. And for Ryan Garcia, he was in complete control and completely dominated Fortuna. I didn't see any rounds that Fortuna won, except for maybe like one or two are debatable rounds, but aside from 1 or 2, I didn't think he won. I didn't think he lost any other rounds except for those debatable. Because even when I was watching the fight live, I had it 2-0 for Ryan Garcia for those first 2 rounds in the first place. I thought Ryan Garcia was the more dominant, the one who had his step foot forward, the one who was initiating more of the offense. Even if Javier Fortuna had some good counters and had some good movement when landing shots, I didn't think it was enough to win those rounds. And I thought Ryan Garcia's just ring generalship was superior. An issue that I see is how people expected this fight to go to the distance, and now they say that he should have knocked Fortuna out in the first place. Why? Who said that? Why? Joseph Diaz beat Fortuna himself, but he didn't knock him out. So what do you mean by that? Just because Fortuna's older and he's 33 years old and he's closer to his 40s than Ryan Garcia is? Like, even at that age, he showed high durability. So this is a very impressive victory, no matter whether if he would have knocked him out or not. Because look at those scorecards. He was still dominating those rounds. And Fortuna really felt that power. Fortuna did. That was the quickest Fortuna has ever been knocked out compared to anyone else. I'm pretty sure that was the hardest puncher Fortuna has ever faced. And that goes for many fighters as well. The Emmanuel to go fight went in it was a very one-sided fight, but Ryan Garcia didn't cut off the ring, right? He didn't cut off the ring very well, but in this fight against Fortuna, he cut off the ring better. His lead foot game was better as well. It wasn't just walking in straight lines trying to attack your opponent like he was doing in the Tigo fight, which led to him just chasing Tigo all over the place. Instead, he was more coherent and more intelligent with his approach and display. And this victory sort of reminded me of the Luke Campbell win, because Fortuna got dropped by a body shot. Luke Campbell got stopped by a body shot. Matter of fact, if they both fought, I wonder how that would go. And after the fight, after everything, he thanked Jesus Christ, God, like many boxers do, and then he brings up something. Well, no, he brings up all of his doubters who made assumptions about his mental health, doubting the dedication to the sport, and he said he'd pray for them.
You see what happens when people try to tell you what to do? They told me, I was some guy that didn't care about boxing, and I'm some guy that makes up mental health. Mental health is a time to reflect on yourself and get better for the future. That's not weakness, that's strength, that's courage. And you seen today, when I stepped in the ring, I showed nothing but courage.
So it's I'm proud. I'm not proud like a fucking father, but I'm happy that he won this fight, because I would love to see Davis versus him. And he was very vocal about it. He was very vocal about fighting Davis. He was not, he called them out straight up. He was like, I want Davis next. It's gonna happen this year. And if it doesn't, the alternative result is something that I'm gonna be talking about in my next video, but still, it shows a lot of balls that he has for calling out Davis right now and wanting him this year. So I assume he's gotten all of his confidence back and he's gotten all his shit together. I hope so, because him at a fully confident state would most definitely be a danger for Davis. We've never seen Davis hurt or tested like that chin-wise. And that also goes to show Davis' chin too, but I wonder how Ryan Garcia's power will go against Davis. They're both power punchers, they're both hard hitters, and they're both boxers. Davis is a superior boxer in terms of skill. Ryan Garcia is, in my opinion, the more athletic talent in the two. While Tank is the more educated fundamentally and the more intellectual boxer type, per se. And that really showed against his fight against Rolando Romero. Rolando Romero was walking in the counters, being outskilled, while still being the one who was initiating the offense, and was getting outsmarted that whole fight to get knocked out by a punch that wasn't even that hard. It's hard because it caught him out of nowhere, and the punches that hit the hardest are the ones that you don't see. And that was the case. He walked into a straight punch that he could not see and got dropped as a result. When I think about Davis's round-winning capabilities, I think about his fight against Barrios. Barrios is a longer, rangier fighter with, in my opinion, less athletic talent than Ryan Garcia. I think if they both fought, Ryan Garcia would knock his ass out with a body shot. But Barrios is a straight dog, no doubt about it. And looking at that fight, people had it really close when I didn't think that fight was that close. I thought that was a good display of Gervonta Davis's round-winning abilities and skills despite his height and reach disadvantage. The Isaac Cruz fight, on the other hand, Isaac Cruz was a very unique fighter. He has a really short reach and a really short height for that division, and he fights like a sort of swarmer, Mike Tyson-esque style in that division where he's already small enough. He looks like he belongs in an even lower weight class, even like 125 or 120, something even like, or 118, like something even shorter, something even smaller. But he naturally seems like a stocky and bigger guy for that division. So I'm gonna make the assumption that this fight will actually happen this year. And when it comes to that fight though, it's hard for me to decide who would win. It's really hard. People would say, oh, Davis would win. I don't believe that shit at all. I think Ryan Garcia has good enough skills and utilizes his assets good enough and has the physical gifts that are good enough to really give Davis problems. I got Garcia. I have Garcia by a stoppage for that fight. So let me know your opinions about Ryan Garcia, or Gervonta Davis confirming this fight. Tell me your opinions about it. Do you guys think that this fight will happen this year? Do you guys think that all of this stuff is for real and it's about to go down, or do you guys think it's just cap and just air? Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Bye.